It's rolling, 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 rolling. Keep those wagons rolling.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those wagons rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Rawhide. Welcome to Is It?
I was just literally, that just popped into my head.
That was off the cuff, wasn't it?
Nicked it right out my brain.
Yeah.
No sooner did it hit my brain than you stole it.
There you go. Blues Brothers, of course. I was staying at some friends in London recently and we referenced the Blues Brothers because they're on the flight path into Heathrow. They live
The Blues Brothers?
in South London.
What are they doing there?
And they say, yeah, they come over so often, you end up just not hearing them. And it's like that apartment in the Blues Brothers where the train comes past. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what that's like. I once went camping in the Black Forest in Germany and set the tent up, everything fine. Next morning, got woken up at 6 a.m. by a train, I swear to God, 6 foot from the tent. Just the other side of a hedge. Just didn't see it. Didn't see that there was a train track. It was so terrifying. And I've got a photo. I waited for the next train and took a photo of it just to show how damn close it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, scary.
Love a bit
time.
of camping, didn't we?
Love a bit of camping. Yeah. We went camping, did we not?
We did, yeah.
A couple of years ago?
We did. We go camping a couple of years ago. We were concerned that everybody might think, well, not that there's anything wrong with it, but, might assume that we were gay.
We did look like a couple.
And then we sat and drank a bottle of Moe and played Frisbee.
It's true. There was a moment where I'm just looking at myself going, this looks very wrong.
Yeah. It was good, that. Out with the bikes, swimming in the sea.
We did a lot of mountain biking, yeah.
A couple of beers, some nice food. It was good, wasn't it?
It was good. Where were I've forgotten where we were.
Your suggestion.
South Coast somewhere, weren't we?
Because we're going to do that South Coast path, aren't we, at some point?
We need to do that, yeah. That'd be good.
With us such busy lives and bone idleness, it's hard to...
bone idleness.
Yeah,
don't get time to
coordinate.
Bone idle.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Well, you've done your fair share over the years.
I've done my fair share. Hey, look, that was a youth thing. I used to struggle to get out of bed before 10. But
it wasn't a youth thing.
What?
It was up until you were about 47.
It was, yeah. That's youth.
Comparatively.
I used to like a relaxed start to the day, and now I don't have that opportunity.
No. Well, there you go. The choices we make.
Yeah, well, you just get old and you wake up at 7 a.m.
Yeah, even if you've only gone to bed at 5:30.
Makes no difference.
No, it doesn't. No, that's it. I'm exactly the same. Yeah. I live near a school and all the parents park outside my house now.
Bastards.
Yeah, I know. But then you think, actually, well, I bought the house and I knew the school was there. So,
there you go. You can't go knocking on the...
No.
Wait.
No, I mean, it doesn't stop me.
No, I bet it doesn't. I remember that.
You
were on the front page of a newspaper once because you were complaining about the sound of the trains in your flat.
Yeah. It wasn't, it was, and it still drives me mad now.
The best bit was that the photo was like you standing there pointing at the trains. It was the funniest thing I'd ever seen.
I know. It was so all of my mates in Banbury saying, they stitched me up, that bloody reporter.
What, standing there pointing at the trains?
I thought it was going to be a little bit of, I thought
the whole front of the paper.
They were leaving them running overnight. It's like, jug, 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 jug. It's like somebody parking a truck outside your front door, and I was living in this flat. Anyway, yeah, so they came, we'll come and do a little story on it. I think I knew somebody, it was their mum who was a reporter. We'll come and do a story. I thought, that will show them, train company. And then she was like, shall we just take a little picture? I was like, I'm not so sure, really. And the worst thing was, I've got a brown sweater on. Yeah, and it was, they had me leaning at the window like...
I'm going to find that photo.
You're not.
I am.
You're not.
I'm going to find it. No. It's going to be on screen right about now. I can find it.
No, you can't.
I bet I can.
You got better things to do than
No, I haven't. Nothing better to do than that.
Anyway. So.
Moving on.
Damn it. All coming from your bloody rolling.
That's what happens. We're literally, before we started filming, we're like, we've got nothing to talk about. We'll just wing it. We always just wing it.
Yeah,
something will come up.
Yep.
Always does.
Yeah.
There you go.
Brilliant.
Right.
Anyway, so what we're looking at?
Today, Dan, we are back with Cradle, who made the God Particle with Jason Joshua.
Is Jason Joshua part of this?
He is part of this, yes. This is Orion, which is Jason Josh. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Jason Joshua's drum bus, basically. That's what it is. This is what he uses on his drum bus. And I will get to some theories I have on what it actually is in a minute. But let's have a look. So, very basically, it looks a bit like the God Particle, doesn't it? It's a very similar design. You've got this thing.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
The God Particle had that big fancy thing in the middle.
Yeah, well, they've just put a long, skinny, fancy thing down here
Oh.
because they needed more room. So they've got this thing on the input
I
where
think it looks crap for what it's worth.
I'll tell him.
Yeah.
They've got this marker thing again at the beginning, so you have to hit that. Your VUs have to be, I mean, on this screenshot it isn't, but trust me, it was hitting the green on the peaks. So when you know you're hitting that, then you're getting the right input level. The first section is the drive section, where you can high pass the drive, or you can pick between 3 different colours. It's a bit weird, these little crosses move around when you click the different sections, but that's basically, your saturation, I suppose you'd call it, the drive. The next section is see, I think this is odd. Look at the labelling here: input, drive, then over here harmonic, parallels, output. This section does that Orion bit reply? I don't know. This is the compressor, but it doesn't say compressor. I don't really get it. Anyway, I just think it's a bit of an odd look. So here you've got harmonics, so you can select between 50 hertz and 80 hertz, and then you can turn it up or down, and you get this little wobbly thing showing you how much harmonics is happening at either 50 or 80 hertz. Then you've got your compressor. You've got 2 modes, and you've got more or less. The 2 modes are A, focuses the frequency of the compressor at 100 hertz, and B, focuses it at 40 hertz. So it's quite a difference. That will give you a very different sound. You've then got lift, which is, I don't really know what it is, but it gives it something sort of in the top end. The next section is your harmonic EQ. So it's adding harmonics at a frequency that you choose: 40, 100, 1K, 3K, 10K. And it is EQ, but it's harmonic EQ. It's a bit like the Carnaby thing that's out at the moment. It's adding harmonics at those frequencies, so it sounds like EQ when you mess with it, but it's actually adding harmonics. And then you've got the parallels section, which is very much like a drum parallel that is split into bands. So you've got your sub parallel, your low, your loud, which is sort of like the upper mids, and then you've got the grit, which is, it's kind of the snare bit, I suppose. And that's it. And then you've got an output control. And the interesting thing I think about it is that you can literally work out what plugins he used to have on his drum bus that they have done versions of. I think, in order, this is the drive section is the Waves NLS bus. I think the harmonic section is Waves R bass. I think the compressor section is the Shadow Hills mastering compressor, and I think this harmonic EQ is basically Spectre Waves Factory, which he mentioned in interviews a few times he used on his drum bus, and then the parallels is just a parallel. I think that's what it is. They've just stuck those plugins together. That's a proper Alan Partridge whatever.
Yeah.
I messed around with it. I muted my drum bus, put this on. I really struggled to make it sound better. I found it quite hard work. The only thing it did work on better than regular drums, let's say, is sort of trap stuff. If you've got big 808s and very sort of snappy little snares, that whole electronic vibe, not house, but trap and hip hop and stuff, it works better on that. But for regular drum bus duties, I found it to be quite annoying.
Anything else to add?
Yeah.
Go on then.
The whole thing could be a lot better if it had a mix control. If you could feather in what this does, rather than have to just go through it 100%, I think it would make a big difference. Maybe a mix control for each one, but I don't think that would be necessary. An overall mix control, I think, would make a massive difference.
Well, it looks and sounds completely half-arsed to me.
It's weird because I quite liked the God Particle. I think that was a decent.
I think we shifted a few of those actually. I think people bought
a lot of
them,
people bought it. Yeah, because it did sound amazing. This doesn't to me. I think this is a misstep for Cradle and Jason Joshua. As good as he is, I don't think this is Well, look, he's not God. He might have made the God particle, but he's just a geezer.
Yeah. He should have called it the Higgs boson.
Oh, I see.
I probably made that
You
joke.
made that joke last
Did
time.
I?
Yeah. It's still shit.
I think the name of the show.
Oh, yeah. Damn. See, I missed that whole second layer.
Yeah.
Interesting. Anyway, do you want to know about the demo?
Not really.
No. Okay. Well, it's a 14-day demo. It's $119 normally. Right now on the sale, it's $79.
Great. So, please like the video.
You're not even going to ask. You just want to move on. You're done.
Sean.
Yes.
Is the Cradle Orion
Yes.
shit?
I'm going to go with a little bit shit, yeah. It's just not quite good enough, I don't think.
No, it's not quite hit the mark, has it?
No.
It looks a little bit like they've obviously put some work. It doesn't look like the knobs belong on the interface.
No, it's strange, isn't it? Because that looks like an LCD display, but they look like aluminium knobs.
Yeah.
It's a weird one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they've sort of squeezed in the gaudy particle bit at the bottom.
Yeah.
And then they've named some of the sections and not the others.
I find that whole thing a little bit... I mean, I'm not ever going to call myself a designer, but from a graphic design point of view, it just makes me twitch a bit. It's not quite right.
Okay, so yeah, a bit shit.
Yep. There you go.
Okay, that'll...
Moving on.
Yeah. That'll piss off the Jason Joshua fans, I'm sure.
I don't
So before, well, it already has, but like the video anyway, even if you didn't.
Maybe subscribe to the channel or become a channel member.
Check out our top 5 and go and have a look at the plugins. There's a website live that you can go and look at them on and click through the links therein.
Are you having trouble talking?
No!
Like you're having to think about every single word because you might...
It's just one of those ones where you start the sentences and you're not quite sure where it's going to end up.
All these episodes are like that. We never know what we're going to say, where we're going to end up. There's no script. There's no notes apart from a few basic things like what things cost.
Yeah, I'm sure people would never have guessed.
No, I'm sure they have. Yeah. Anyway, drifting off again. So yeah, we're nearly done. Anyway, there's some stuff, there's links, all that stuff down there. We'll see you later. Adios.
Sayonara.